Hi, I'm Rachel, and welcome to my channel, La Bricoleuse, where I share tips, techniques, and career advice from over 25 years working as a costume craftsperson. In this video, I'll give you some strategies for determining fair pay when negotiating work with a nonprofit and evaluating whether an offer is generous, fair, or too low. As an example, I'll use a hypothetical costume department position at a regional nonprofit theater. But these resources and strategies may be used for any position at any American nonprofit organization.
In for-profit industry, you can research comparable positions' pay rates on Glassdoor.com and Payscale.com.
And certainly those numbers can be helpful to know for a ballpark figure to take into a salary negotiation with a nonprofit organization once you have a job offer.
Ethically, a nonprofit shouldn't be paying skilled professionals at lower rates than profitable industry, but they often do lowball the job offers.
So, knowing what you'd make at a factory or corporate workplace is a good start on preparing for any employment negotiation. Nonprofit organizations must file a tax return called a Form 990 with the IRS each year to comply with federal regulations. The IRS requires all U.S. tax exempt nonprofits to make public their three most recent 990s. These forms don't list the salaries of all employees, but they do cite the top earners.
If the offer they're making you is barely minimum wage, but their leadership is making six figures, maybe you don't want to even entertain the offer, but it gives you some excellent questions for HR about their financial priorities if you do enter into negotiations.
You can get 990s from online databases like Candid's 990 Finder and ProPublica's Nonprofit Explorer, both linked in the description to this video. Here's something that might be helpful. The salaries of state employees, such as theater workers at public colleges and universities, are accessible from the State Secretary of the Treasury.
Major regional newspapers also frequently maintain state employee salary databases.
You have to search by a specific person's name, agency, and sometimes job title. So you will need to research who has held the position recently to find salary quotes. Once you've got concrete numbers to take into the negotiation, you may find the prospect of the conversation intimidating.
Particularly if you're nervous about negotiating your salary, a useful strategy can be to take a notebook and pen. Have questions and points you wish to make already written inside, and leave space for making notes as conversations continue.
This will give you space to breathe while you write a note before you answer or ask difficult questions. I hope I've given you some resources and strategies to better inform yourself about fair pay equity when applying for work in the nonprofit sector. Thanks to Costume Professionals for Wage Equity and the American Theatrical Costume Association for the discussions that inspired this video. Check out more content like this on my professional and educational development playlist.